Hello and welcome back to another episode of Vintage Story. I Wonder 18 with me, and it is, and how you all been? Today's episode, well, that was a rather close howl, wasn't it? In today's episode, it's going to be slightly different. So, I've had a few problems with my recording, hence the reason why this episode is one day late. So here's what happened. I did the recording, it looked wonderful, it was fantastic, but none of my audio came out. So what we're going to do today, I'm just going to basically show a few clips of what I did and what happened. And I'll be talking through the actual process of it. So first thing, basically, underneath here we do have a brand new drifter trap, which is quite good, which I tested out overnight, which I will show a little bit later on. One thing I also did as well, I made myself a bismuth bronze shield, which is over there in the house, and I want to show the process of that as well. It's not straightforward. It's multiple smithing, and you need multiple ingots for it. As memory serves me, I think it took 6 bismuth bronze ingots to make the shield. So yeah, and there's different types of shields you can make. You can make leather ornate shields or leather bound bronze shields. There's just so many different shields to make. And anyway, and I do want to show that process as well. But apart from the actual clips, I think what I kind of want to do today is I kind of basically want to start working on a new build, and that build is going to be a farmhouse, and I think the farmhouse is probably going to go around about there. So I want to have it between the gardens and the main house, and the farmhouse is going to house obviously the goats, and we're going to have an area for chickens as well, okay. There's a bear over here, by the way, and I'm pretty sure he's in that pit over there. You can hear him. I can't see him though. So yeah, I'm guessing he's remember we had this area cave in. Well, I think he's actually over there. Pretty sure he is. I don't go and look, just in case he's not trapped. Go on, we'll have a nosy. Let's get our sword out. We'll have a little look over there. Get ready to run, peeps. Get ready to run. I can hear him. I can hear him clear as a bell. Where are you? I reckon he's down there. Do you reckon he's down there? Oh. He doesn't sound happy. And to be honest, he sounds like he's aggroed. And he basically aggroed on me probably more than anything else. Was that a rift that just literally just... Oh no, it's been in this area. I'm going back. Right, so first and foremost, I want to basically show... Did I close this gate? Yes, I did. First and foremost, I want to basically show the drifter area. You're going to have to try your best to ignore the wonderful, funky background music we have going on at the moment. The area is temporarily unstable. So this is my drifter trap. So... And it's a super simple design. So obviously I had this already. So I had this roadway as it was done in the previous episode when I was making the farm. So all I've done is basically I have dug down 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So I've done down 4 blocks. I basically left this a slabbed up area so nothing spawns inside here. And then as this pit was already here anyway, I cornered it off with some vertical slabs. So 1 vertical slab there and 1 vertical slab this. This section is chiseled, so it should go all the way down to the same height as there. But if I leave it this low, the actual crawling drifters don't escape. I tested this out. It's just getting really, really funky in the background with this. Yeah, groovy music, man. So yeah, I tested this out first and foremost, and I almost got deaded basically. So hence the reason why I had to make a shield. It does work. to certain aspects, but you'll see that a little bit later. But yeah, this is super simple, really simple. I'm not using any basically water flows. We're basically using natural spawns, which will be above here. I'm guessing during a temporal storm, this will be even busier down here, because they'll all be spawning above my head and falling down into these pits and stuff for me to kill them. But yeah, super simple, and in a massive area as well for the little monkey boys to spawn. Right, so let's get out of this awful temporally bad area, and we'll make our way over to the house. Okay, guys, see you over there. Look at that, bad boy. Look at that for a shield, eh? Yeah. It's not a cheap one, I tell you that. It's not cheap to make. Wowzers. Right, let me bring that up. So let me show the stats of the actual shield itself. So we do have... Oh, we'll put you up here. I don't need you in a moment. So the durability is 470. It has took a few hits. Obviously, I did spend the night in the drifter pit. The block chance is 90% block chance when in use. So when you have it in your offhand, it's a 90% of blocking damage coming to you via drifters. I don't know if it works against wolves and bears. I don't really want to test it, to be honest. And it's also got a passive block chance as well at 15%, and I kind of went for this because of the passive use. Most of the other shields were around about 5%, but this one is actually at 15%. Right, so how was this all made? Right, now it is time to watch the clip. Roll VT, old Andy days from the past. Yeah. So basically, I quickly found out when I was basically trying to do this actual recipe, there was no actual distinct instructions as to how many ingots it took. Now, I knew how many ingots an actual plate makes. So it's 2 ingots per plate. So I knew it was a minimum of 4 ingots. But for the actual ring, going round the actual shield and the boss in the middle, there's no actually specific instructions of how many ingots it took. Now, I first thought basically that I'll err on the side of caution and make enough basically bismuth bronze, so it feels like 2 for each one. So I mean 2 for the brass ring, 2 for the boss in the middle, and then 4 for the actual plates. So I made 8 ingots in total. To my lovely surprise, I quickly found out that the actual brass boss is, firstly, it's really easy to make on the actual smithy, but it only takes 1 ingot, which was super nice to find out. Now, when making the ring, it also only takes 1 ingot, but it is faffy. It's you're literally moving all over the place. You're having to basically, because you're filling up basically a ring in design with nothing in the middle, you're having to basically hammer a few blocks, turn, hammer a few blocks, turn, or hammer a few blocks, move yourself, hammer a few blocks, move yourself. So that did take quite a while to actually do, but I managed to do it without needing to basically use another ingot, which is quite good. So that only cost me 1 ingot. The brass boss only cost me 1 ingot, and the plate on either side only cost 4 ingots. So in all, it was a 6 ingot cost. And yeah, so I was super happy with that. And so with the remaining 2 ingots, I just made a few extra tools, a new shovel. I needed a new shovel, and I made myself a new axe as well. But yeah, happy days. I was really happy with that, and hopefully you've got a bit of an insight with me showing the actual smithy of it as well, of how finicky it is with some parts of it. But yeah, I'm happy. Basically, welcome back. Yeah, I'm super happy with basically how this has turned out. The bismuth bronze shield, and I obviously have used it already, which was I can actually place it down on. Not gonna you turn around, turn there. You got that there. There you go. Right. Yeah. I'm super happy with basically how it actually ended up, and basically with the actual use of it. It is really good. I can't crawl about it. I spent an overnight basically in the actual drifter farm. 2 varying results. I had, I think, 5 drifters spawn, The rift activity was medium, so it wasn't heavy or it wasn't insane or insanity or whatever it's called. Apocalyptic, that's it. Apocalyptic. It was just medium temporal instability in the area. So yeah, it I was expecting it to be a bit more busier, but it wasn't. Like I said, I had about 4 or 5. But luckily, as I've probably just shown you, but luckily, I actually did come away with a few things, and the most important thing that I did come away with was, where did I put it? That little bad boy there, the temporal gear. So there's 2 things you can do with a temporal gear. The first thing you can do is you can repair it. We can repair a translocator. We have not found a translocator, but we will do at some point. So I might want to keep it for that. Or we can set our spawn point. Now, to all those new players in Vintage Story, I'm sure you've quickly found out that basically sleeping in a bed does nothing. In Vintage Story, if you die, that is. Yeah, sleeping in a bed does nothing, just gives you a good night's sleep. You don't reset your spawn by sleeping in a bed in Vintage Story. You can only set your spawn with a temporal gear, with that little bad boy there. My thoughts are this. Bring up the map. Our spawn location is, bring over here, zoom out. Our spawn location is actually somewhere around over here. I know, strange, I went one way, I never actually explored the other way. But yeah, our spawn location is around this area here. You can have to cross this, and you have to go right across here to this part, and then you come straight down to where we are now. But it's not a massively long trek. It's not. It really isn't. You skip past a few water and stuff, and you just straight across the water, and across there is nothing at all. So I'm tempted at this moment in time, as I'm not traveling that far, just to leave it and maybe save it for a translocator. That's if we can find a translocator. But yeah. That pretty much brings you up to date, apart from one thing I did want to show you as well. I did a bit of work between episodes, as well as the drifter pit. I worked underneath. Now, when I was building this, pretty much on an old water place. If you remember from the first couple of episodes, there was like a big hole with water in it. Well, this house is on top of that. It's just got grass on top of it. Well, dirt on top of it, which is turned to grass. So underneath here was all water. So what I've done, I've just basically spent a bit of time, blocked off all the water, and changed this into a usable area. So we've got some barrels, which we'll be using for our leather process. I really need to change out the actual wall, and it's just packed dirt at this moment in time. If you dig down like 3 blocks, there is water still there. Yeah, I wanted to try out my chiseling. What do you think? It's different. I was thinking about doing this right across the whole entire wall. Don't know. We've got a little cellar here as well, which is usable. 4 years, 4 years, and yeah, more than usable. But yeah, I need to basically decorate it properly though. But yeah, I just wanted to show this, and I've also got some balloon moose as well, which I've been cooking up. More glass. These have all been cooked. Pretty sure the glass is ready. 12 glass. 12 glass, 12 glass, 12. Right, there we go. Plenty of glass. And I'll probably break this down. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get into the habit of, in between episodes, I'll basically make up another bloomy brace, cook a load of glass for basically the greenhouses, which will be coming along very, very shortly. As soon as it starts to get a bit colder anyway. Right. That pretty much brings you up to date, as it was. And I think now we need to really think about tackling an animal barn. I'm thinking over there. Yeah. Right, guys. I'm going to basically have a little sleep. See, he's yawning already. He's tired. He's tired, the old chap. I'm going to have a sleep, and then we're going to start working on the animal barn. All right, guys. I'll see you shortly. Well, that's a lovely start to the day, isn't it? A riff right outside the door. So I've got after myself a full bowl of food, and I think we're gonna basically have this build out of maple logs, but I'm gonna do it I'm going to use the actual stripped variant of maple logs. So it's going to be made of stripped maple logs. Do we need to pick up all this stuff? I'm going to try not to. Let's dig out this area here. Now, obviously, we do play on a basically in a soil instability world, which basically means for all those layman's, it means that there's any chance of cave-ins, and we might disrupt the soil too much, and it might basically fall on top of our heads and all that type of stuff. So yeah, it makes life a lot more interesting anyway when you have a world. Right, so how's this looking? And maybe take you out as well. So this is a decent area, isn't it? It's a decently sized area now. And it's a lot more opened out, which is I like the fact it's a lot more opened out. I'm still tempted to open it out a little bit more. Maybe opening out to this pond over here. Maybe using that as like some sort of feature to go with the animal barn. Maybe having a little like pathway going around it. Oh, look at that. I can hear wolves. Oh, joy. It's only a little pond, but I do quite like it. Ooh, choices. I mean, I don't generally design things on an angle, so, you know, pushing my own limits type of thing. So that would be like the doorway. The doorway is like that, something like that. Right, but I'm going to have a bit of a ponder. I'm going to have a bit of a think, and then when I bring you back, I'm just going to do this. I was going to do it in a time lapse, but I've spent so long over this episode now. Obviously, this is 2 sets of recordings. I'm basically going to do. I'm just going to build a bit first, and I'm going to bring you back just to show you what I've got. How's that sound? Yeah, it's best I can do at the moment. Sorry, guys. Right, guys, I'll bring you back shortly. Right, guys, welcome back. So this is what I've got out so far. Let me just get some imagery and back up. So I'll show you from the door. So yeah, I kind of basically gave up on the old angles and stuff. I don't know how to do angles. I'll try to basically check out some tutorials of how to do angled builds. I don't know how to do angled builds. I'm sorry. But yeah, so we have a doorway here for animals to go into, and then close the gate. Open the barn. And then we've basically got another doorway around here. So this will be leading off from this rod here. And this will be a doorway here. And then we've got a doorway back here, which will be leading off to the pond area. Now, yes, I know it looks ridiculously basic. It is what I'm going for. A lot of this will be roof though. I mean, I'm looking for basically the middle section, not so much the sticky out bits, but the middle section to have quite a big standard barn roof. So we're looking basically very, very high and basically going down, probably starting, the roof is probably going to start around about probably here. Probably be starting as low as this. So we're going straight up and around and stuff. But that's the general idea. Now, I've got these slabs, and these are maple slabs. I just want to see basically how they actually look. Let's have a check out this section first. A fence, you, and then you. See, that gives me the impression of a barn, to be brutally honest. It's really basic, but it kind of basically, it's something that it would look like. I wouldn't mind some trapdoors, to be honest, either side, to basically show off like shutters type of thing, which would be quite good. There's a trapdoor here and here, just so it could be like shuttered up at night type of thing. But yeah, that's the kind of design I'm going to go for on the actual side of the build, and likewise for here. But this is just going to be all closed in. So this can be normal, basic, nice and simple. This is going to have basically above here, this is going to be all slabbed over, I'm going to be storing hay and stuff and materials, as well as over here as well. We might do a few little funky designs out here, but yes, this is the general idea of what we're going for. Yeah, I'm happy with that so far. It's going to be a big old build, but you know, animals need a lot of room. Alright guys, welcome back, and I've run out of resources. Yeah, we're pretty much out of everything. So, I mean, well, I've got my pine logs left because I'm not using pine. I've kept some basically, I've kept 10 oak to one side for the leather making, but I think I'm pretty sure I need more than that. I think I need 15 pieces. Yeah, so we're pretty much out of our maple, our redwood. We've got inside here. We've got a bit of the maple fences, but maple blocks were pretty much out of, and the building's not finished. So I'm just gonna show you basically what we have so far, and I'm gonna have to basically see what you think of it. Right, so our animal barn. There we go. That's what I've got. So it looks like an animal barn. So what I did was basically I reverted to maple and the redwood with, so you got stripped maple, you got stripped oak, and then you got the redwood planks to basically just give it a bit of a red feel. These are not fences, these are chiseled blocks to make it look like a fence. It looked better than a fence, and it's also joining as well, which is what I prefer. But yeah, that's I put the actual slate there because it's the only thing I had left. I had nothing else left, so I put a slate up there. But yeah, so we have an entrance. We have an entrance basically that way and that way. I would have put a gate on as well, but like I said, I'm out of resources. I'm pretty much out of time for the build and today's episode. I do want to get this episode out sooner rather than later, but you never let me know what I think of the barn. I think it's going to be more than big enough to basically fit in multiple animals. You know, we can basically have quite a few inside this stall here. We can have quite a few inside this stall. I mean, we can actually put a fence here, so you know, and then we've got little stalls here, maybe some chickens inside one side, and I don't know, maybe some, I don't know, pigs or something, maybe rabbits. Don't know, but yeah, I think it's more than big enough to incorporate basically multiple animals. And obviously we'll be having upstairs as basically a storeroom for all their food as well. But yeah, I'm sorry, basically it's been a mishmash. I know it's been a mishmash of an episode. It's been a bit of a train wreck of episode. It's one of those things. Sometimes for the live here, you try your best to basically do something, but you know, I think there's forces working against you. But I'm happy with the progress of this build. I should be able to finish it off, and there's plenty of redwood around the area. It's not like I'm short of redwood. I've got a literal redwood forest, basically over there. I mean, a literal redwood forest. It's massive. It just keeps on going. So I've got plenty of redwood, and if I'm savvy, there's plenty of maple trees in this direction, so I'm okay. I should be able to find plenty of wood and stuff. Not exactly the safest thing to do, but and oak, you know, there's plenty of places I can get some oak. Anyway, guys, if you've liked today's episode, do me a big solid and press the like button, because wow, this has been a labour of love. I won't say love, but labour of something anyway. And if you're not subscribed already, go on, give me a subscribe. I assure you, basically, my other videos are a lot more smoother than this. But yeah, that'll do it for me for today, guys. I shall see you very soon. All right, bye for now. Bye.